What's up, college football fans? Don't forget to check out and order your copy of Stiff Arming Football Myths, our latest football game plan book. So go on our website at footballgameplan.com/books and get your copy. We have these available in paperback as well as in PDF form. Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Memory Hunt, the czar of the playbook. Bring you our Division III Wraparound. We're going to go across the Division III landscape to take a look at some of the key games this week on the schedule. And we're going to start with a key battle between Worcester and Washington and Jefferson.
Worcester takes on Washington and Jefferson in a rematch of last year's opener, in which they lost, but this was a Scots team that started to figure things out in 2013, going on to finish 7-3. Now, Worcester has a lot of momentum heading into this year, led by quarterback Richard Barnes, who's coming off his best season, scoring 25 total touchdowns. And the Scots also have 7 starters returning on the defense, and they're going to need that leadership and experience versus the presidents of Washington and Jefferson. Head coach Mike Ciaramani enters his 12th season as head coach and is coming off yet another playoff berth, and they're going to be very good on defense this year and at the skill positions. The biggest question mark is at quarterback, where 2 guys, Kevin Meekus and also Pete Coughlin, will see time. Although Worcester returns a lot, I still question the defense that gave up its fair share of points. I like Washington and Jefferson in this ball game. The Butler Bulldogs travel to Ohio to take on the Division III Wittenberg Tigers, and it's a rare FCS D3 matchup, but it's a very good one. Butler is fresh off their first appearance in the FCS playoffs, and they look extremely tough in the trenches, with both offensive lineman Greg Ambrose and defensive lineman Glenn Summers leading the way. And speaking of leading the way in the trenches, Wittenberg getting back offensive lineman Aaron Coling is a huge deal. Coling, in my opinion, has legit pro potential and is an integral part to an offense that returns 3 other starters. Now, I'm all primed for an upset, and the Tigers have had only 1 losing season since 1955, but I don't think they have enough to knock off the Bulldogs. It'll be close early, but look for the depth of the Butler Bulldogs to kick in and ultimately lead them to victory. Hampton, Sydney, and Wabash kick off the season in the Gentleman's Classic, and for the Tigers, they have a phenomenal wide receiver in Holton Walker, who at 6'3", 220 pounds, is an All-American and also a pro prospect. Now, what you want to see in 2014 is quarterback Nash Nance do a better job of protecting the football. Now, defensively, linebacker Josh Doggett and nose tackle Scott Markland are some of the best in the business, and Doggett is a preseason All-American. Definitely want to keep an eye on him in this ball game. Now, for the Little Giants of Wabash in this matchup, they are looking to get back to the playoffs after missing out last year despite having a 9-1 record. 14 starters return, and mostly the top-ranked defense in Division III is still intact. Outside linebacker Cordy Baresh is one of the best ones in the country that you should definitely watch out for in this one. Offensively, the Little Giants get back Tyler Holmes and also Mason Zurich. Both running backs were injured last year, and this is a classic game between a great offense going against a great defense. And I have to side with defense. I like Wabash. I think they'll do a great job in slowing down Holton Walker and keeping him contained in this matchup. 2 programs that are in a bit of a rebuilding mode as Emory and Henry takes on Ferrum, and the Wasp new head coach Kurt Newsom's optimism is permeating throughout the rest of this program. And despite being picked to finish 8th in the league, the Wasp return 5 all-conference performers, 3 of which are key contributors on offense. Now, for the Panthers in this ballgame, they run a version of the spread that's triple option based, which makes them a very tough team to defend, and they're looking to avenge last year's loss in the opener to the Wasp, and in order for that to happen, quarterback Tim Reynolds has to make better decisions throwing the football. He's a very talented player and has been an all-conference performer, and I'm willing to say that last year was the aberration. I like Ferrum in this ballgame. This is a senior-laden group, especially in the trenches, where I think they'll have the most success in this ballgame. And finally, this is another good matchup in Week 1 in Division III as Widener travels to South Jersey to take on Rowan. And wide receiver Anthony Davis of Widener is a perennial All-American that also does a lot of damage on special teams. And new head coach Mike Kelly, who also coached at Valdosta State and with the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, understands explosive offenses and will create ways to put Davis in position to be successful. For Rowan, head coach Jay Accorsi eats, sleeps, and breathes defense and special teams, and those 2 aspects will once again be a strength for the Profs this season. Now, they also have the benefit of having running back Whitler Marcelin back after rushing for over 1,400 yards last year, and the Profs are strong on both sides of the football. I like them to win this ball game, and they are actually one of my sleeper picks in Division III this year. And also don't forget to check out every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, College Football Now on our Football Game Plan Radio Network located at blogtalkradio.com/footballgameplan.